So, new video update for myself here. Okay. Last video was right before the surgery. This one, I am 4 weeks post-surgery and I've been out of work the whole time. Man, it was just, they tell you certain things going into a procedure about how long it'll take to recover. And they give you a range, and they tell you, some people do this, some people do that, and most are in the middle somewhere. It never, it never seems to be all that accurate, Initially, everything looked great for being out of work for a week and then going back and, getting back in a routine. But when I came out of surgery and I was in the hospital recovering, I was in a lot of pain. Yeah, it hurt. Even with all the medication that they gave me, and they gave me strong stuff, I knew right away it wasn't just going to be a week. Definitely 2, if not more. And now it's turned out to be 4 weeks. I've had some setbacks. I've had some updates, changes in medication that weren't doing well for me, adjustments. So basically, week 1, I was in the hospital very much in pain. Week 2, I started feeling better, only because we had adjusted my pain meds coming out of the hospital. In the hospital, I was good. Once I got out of the hospital, the pills that they send you home with just aren't enough. They just weren't. So it took a few days of agony and phone calls with doctors to try and adjust. Got that adjusted. You redo your medication regimen, and then all of a sudden you start feeling better. But now you're already back, you took a step back. So now you're looking at like, all right, well, I'm not going to be back this week either. I'm going to, we're going to go into the 3rd week away from work. And in the process of that, I have a follow-up visit with the surgeon, which I have my thoughts on good and bad. The good is that he did a great job with the procedure. He did exactly what I needed him to do. He went in there cleanly, extensively, got everything that he can get. 29 lymph nodes gone. After the pathology reports came back, we found out 6 of them had cancer. Initially, it was only like 3 or 4, but there was 6. So, and he even was able to see that some of the cancer got into the soft tissue. So here I am, 3 weeks out of work, still in pain, in his office, him telling me what happened. And it only took this long because he never showed up in the hospital after the surgery. That's the bad thing I would say about all this. He is, when you find a good surgeon, they're extremely busy. When they're extremely busy, they're not extremely available to you when you want them to be. So the information I got in the hospital was a lot of fluff, I would say, and not the realistic nuts and bolts information that I'd like to have. But then, so here we are in his office. He's finally telling me what he did, what he saw, the extent of it, and tells me, you need more treatment. This isn't the end. This thing is aggressive, yada, yada. You are now stage 4 metastatic cancer in the neck. And honestly, I just shut right up. I didn't know what to say. That was a shock to me. Here I am coming out of surgery thinking that I'll be in an improved state, improved in condition. At least still in the state where I was at stage 3, but I did not anticipate hearing that I would be at stage 4. So that threw me for a loop. And the reason why I haven't made a video in a few weeks is because it took some time for me to process that, and I wanted to come out here and get on video and talk it out of my mind and get it out in words and talk. I'm alone. This is my therapy. I've been trying to do a lot with myself to better myself. And talking to friends and family is great. And talking to people within my church group is great. Reaching out to people who may understand would be better. I have yet to find anybody in the cancer support world out there. And I know they're out there. I'm just struggling to find somebody. It's not that they're out there. I'm just struggling. So here I am talking to myself. And then maybe one day these videos can help somebody else in the same condition. It's really just the goal on these conversations to the camera here. But like I was in a rough spot, went into shock, and then the next day, panic. And weirdly, I don't know if anybody out there has the same reaction to panic and anxiety at a high level, but some people hyperventilate, some people break down in tears and cry. In my case, I've had it happen before in my early 20s, where I will have a panic attack in the form of nausea, extreme nausea, vomiting uncontrollably for hours, dry heaving because there's nothing left. Feeling like you've got bruised ribs and your abs are on fire from the convulsions. I would say a good 12 hours straight, all through the night, I was vomiting and heaving, and I would say to myself, my body's trying to tell me something. This is the stress factor metamorphosing into reality, physical reality. And I know this is happening up here, but I can't control it in my body. Human body is a strange thing. So, meanwhile, my wife is doing the best she can to take care of me, and freaking out in her own right, of course, having her own stresses. She's just been amazing, though. I did not go to the hospital, even though I certainly could have. I knew I was getting dehydrated over the course of those 2 days of being sick. I knew I was in a lot of pain. I couldn't drink. I couldn't eat. I couldn't keep anything down. So instead of just going to the ER and trying to explain things to strangers and waiting in line, I held out, waited the next day, contacted doctors that we know and trust, got in and spoke with my doctor. While we were there, we spoke to the social worker at the hospital, Brian. He's a great guy. Love and respect him as well. Nurses in the oncology department, all people that we have relationships with over the year of fighting cancer. And we were able to get me in to get fluids, IV treatment. I took, I think, 3 bags. Might have been 2. I want to say it was 3, but I was kind of out of it. So, needless to say, I got hydrated. IV drip, straight to the arm. Exactly what I needed. They were on the ball with it. I was able to speak with my doctors about what to do for the next few days, the next week, and so on, and where we're at with our testing and the cancer and the results and so on. So yeah, we're in the woods, deep in the woods still, but doesn't mean I'm gonna roll over and get lost. I'm gonna fight my way through it. My doctors are going to take a certain amount of time. We don't want to take too much time, but we're taking a certain amount of time to do tests, a few tests, send them off to different people who are experts in this type of cancer, and see if there are any clinical trials out there that can help me along with treatment. Rather than just going back right into chemo, right into radiation, or a combination of both, we're first going to look into some other things. Right now, I'm waiting on one more test results from my doctor, and hopefully I'll find out this week what the results are. They suspected that this is a rare type of cancer. Wouldn't shock me, because the way this thing's been going for the past year, a little over a year now. And if it is, then there may be some clinical trials that I could get right into. What it would mean, though, is that I'd have to seek treatment outside of the state. There's a possibility of Houston, Texas with one program. There's a possibility of New York City with another program. I have family in New York, so that would probably be what we would lean towards. However, my doctor has good relationships with colleagues in Houston. He doesn't know many folks in New York, but he will make the appropriate decision with us together to see what would be best. And if it's not that rare thing and I don't do the clinical, then we're going to be here in our hometown and we're going to attack it the way we should together. And eradicate this thing. This is the devil, and I want him out of me. And through my friends, family, prayer, doctors, and the Lord above and Jesus, through them, we are going to fight the devil the fuck out of my body. No ifs or buts about it. That's just the way it's going to be. Yeah, I have my down days. There have been days where I thought I wasn't going to make it. And I haven't really expressed that as much to like my family. I did a little bit, over the past few weeks. I've also had my family visiting, my sisters, my father, my brother-in-law, nieces came down for Easter. That was a great visit. When I was at my sickest the past few weeks, my sisters were here. It was rough. I think it was rough for them seeing me the way I was. It was rough for me to process everything at that time. But so glad they were here when I was, because it was just great to have my family close to me. And you think your mind goes to dark places, and it has this past week for sure. I thought about what happens if I don't make it. Maybe I beat this thing, it comes back and it gets me again. 6 months from now, a year from now, 10 years from now, I don't know. I do know this. I feel in my gut I'll be fighting this thing till I mean, if I were to live till old age, I'm fighting cancer till old age. This is whatever natural causes I would go from, it would be cancer. I know it. It's trying to get me. This isn't just a one-time battle either. There's going to be many more, I feel like. I feel like there will be. I got a lot of fight in me, though, and I ain't messing around. So, it might take a bite out of me here and there, and it has. Obviously, the past year took a big chunk out of me emotionally, financially. Uh, my professional career was doing well. Now it's, stagnant. Health comes first. And and it sucks because I have people that rely on me, and I need them in my life too. They're my purpose. My family, providing for them, that's my purpose in life. My employees, helping them, even though it's just a restaurant job, but I want to help people succeed in life. I want to help them make more money, have fun, enjoy work, be kind to people, work together. I want to teach the young generation these things and add value to their lives. That's my purpose at work. I want to help my boss succeed. I want everybody to have financial freedom within the organization and within my power, and what I'm delegated to do, all the things that are within my wheelhouse that I have control of. I want it all to be successful. I want everyone to be successful. And I'm not able to do that right now in this condition. So I'm fighting to get back to that. I'm fighting for my family. I'm fighting for my livelihood. I'm fighting for my purpose. I'm fighting for the people who rely on me. And on a selfish note, I'm fighting because I want to live and have fun and enjoy life. And the way I enjoy life is to watch others enjoy life. So today, in the past few days, the past week actually, I've been in good spirits. I've been mentally positive. My energy is geared towards my goals, as opposed to the negatives and risks involved in anything that we do with treatment and such. That's where my energy is. That's where my focus is. All in positive things. I pray each day to Jesus that he gives me the strength to get through this, because in his power I am healed. And with his companionship, I can fight this. Tomorrow I'm going to go back to work and see familiar faces in the environment that I naturally should be in. And I'm not going to do anything too strenuous. I have physical limitations right now. But like I said, even though I'm still deep in the woods, I'm not getting lost. I'm not just going to roll over, So the neck, pretty gnarly looking scar. After all this is healed up, it should be very minimal. It won't be just bang right in your face. What happened to that guy's neck? Should be pretty minimal. There are some permanent things from the surgery. The skin on my neck, my earlobe, this part of my cheek, this area of my shoulder, nerve endings are not firing there. This is all numb to the touch. I can't even feel my hand going across my skin. Now, underneath, where it's healing underneath, there's certain pain. But above the skin here, there's nothing. Underneath the skin, though, there's pain. He took quite a bit of material out involving the muscles in my neck. So there is some asymmetry. There was kind of a scoop out on this side. The jugular was removed. It was being attacked by cancer, so he had to get rid of it. The jugular is covering your artery, your carotid artery. Not sure if I'm saying that right. That artery became exposed. Then he was able to take some muscle from my traps back in here, regraft it on top of that artery to give it protection. The amount of muscle that I have in my shoulders, in my traps, there's enough there that I can re-strengthen that area with physical therapy. So my range of motion, tight, very tight. I can't really go straight up with that shoulder. My neck movement is very tight both ways, extremely tight going that way. So in order for me to look that way, I have to shift my body. I can't just do that all the time. I could look down just fine. I could look up to a certain point, but I gotta arch my back. So range of motion is very, very stiff. I am going to be doing physical therapy starting next week, and we're going to see if we can improve that with stretching, maybe acupuncture, range of motion, lightweight training, body movements, stuff like that. So we'll see how it goes. In the meantime, I'm going to go about my day. I'm going to keep doing things that I want to do. I have a lot of small projects that I can keep me busy, even when I'm not at work. So I'll start doing some small little videos and tinkering with that for my YouTube page, which I've always wanted to do. And I don't care if no one ever watches them. It's just fun for me. So that's what I'm going to do. Financially, though, in the next few months, I'm in for another challenge again, unfortunately. Yesterday, I updated a video for the GoFundMe for everybody that's been following that. Hopefully that'll help out. But I got to do some fundraising in some way, and I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. I was just sifting through some old stuff in my attic here. I have an old baseball card collection from when I was a kid, and amazingly enough, I have some really amazing cards that are apparently worth a lot of money right now, and shoot, I might just go on and sell each one. I don't know. I'm gonna need whatever I can get. I was hoping to pass those down to the boys at one point, but I also have to provide for them. In this economy, it's not easy. The state of my health condition right now, I'm not going on any job interviews anytime soon here to try and find a better job or anything. I love where I work. I love the people I work for, and I want to get healthy and be successful. with the organization I'm with. At the same time, I have to provide for my family, and there are a lot of different, um, well, I've been contacted by some folks who don't know my condition. They just look at me on LinkedIn or something to see my profile, my expertise, and they been contacting me about offers that are a lot more financially lucrative, for sure, than where I'm at right now. So I guess that's a thought. It's the back of my head down the road here. I don't know. But I like where I'm at. And I'd like to make that situation better for myself, better for the business. That's the loyalty in me. So, long video, I know. I haven't done it in a few weeks. But it's good for me. Whether anybody sees this or not, I don't know. And if you do ever see this and you feel like I'm boring, well, tough. It ain't for you. This is for me. I like to talk. Not that I like to hear myself talk. I just like to talk things out. I like to talk out my thoughts. And that's what this is. So, okay. That's it for now.